the 25% reservation which Supreme Court has passed the order, that is also in line with ensuring equity in education to make sure that children from disadvantaged groups they have a chance to study in the so-called elite schools. RTE vachaka, there was the SSA Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan framework for implementation and 2011 the framework was reissued, taking into account every aspect of RTE. And that there is a complete chapter which is devoted to civil society participation. How does the government engage with NGOs in order to make sure that RTE is implemented? Our document tells very clearly that civil society organizations are key partners in translating RTE from a legal framework to a movement on the ground. Our framework is recognizing that NGOs lekunte adi khali adi legal framework ane undipotundi, adi ground reality lo ga maradu. So our transition cheyalante definitely there has to be a partnership with NGOs. The second point it makes is, when it tells you that there is already a partnership with NGOs happening, right now the partnership is project driven. One needs to move from a project driven partnership to a more systemic partnership. So that it is crucial to institutionalize it. And I think that is some of the discussion ikkada jarugutune undi. Ee GO-NGO collaboration ni ela institutionalize cheyali ani. So the document also says that one needs to institutionalize it and legitimize the roles of the NGOs. The document also says that NGOs also need to rethink their roles. In the education NGOs have been running alternative schools, they've been running non-formal education centers, they've been running. Bridge schools also. Now the NGOs have to rethink. They have to realize that the actual responsibility lies with the government, and you cannot function independent of the government. You have to work along with the government institutions to make sure that RTE is implemented as it should be. These are some of the potential areas of collaboration. The document also says areas lo manam collaborate cheyochu NGOs to ani. One of the things is mobilization and awareness raising, because there is the realization that the biggest strength of NGOs is their capacity for mobilization and raising awareness. Ingokati social mapping to make sure that the entire village population's ideas feed into the school development plan. These are all suggestions. Resource support. Government efforts, whether it is for teacher training, pedagogy, NGOs ki konni strengths unnai. So can the government tap into the strengths of the NGOs and use them as resources? Similarly, development of curriculum and pedagogy, especially bridge course curriculum, teacher training especially, etc., which NGOs have been used to doing. Ensuring equity, quality and non-discrimination. దీన్ని monitor చేస్తూ schools లో discrimination జరుగుతుందా లేదా దాన్ని monitor చేయడానికి కూడా they said NGOs have a crucial role to play. SMC training. This has already happened in AP లో. Last year SMC training చేశారు, NGOs తో partnership తో చేశారు. There were some problems with it, but still I think it is a first step. Training for PRI members. Any kind of special trainings, especially a special training like bridge courses and other kinds of trainings which NGOs have already been doing. The other suggestion which came from within that framework was to assign area-based responsibility for NGOs, which means an NGO adopt an area and monitor everything that is happening within that area, and then the document says that place the necessary resources with the NGO to be able to monitor it. Specialized support. NGOs can also offer specialized support based on their expertise. And the other crucial thing which they said is that the NGOs can perform the monitoring and watchdog role. So NGOs actually keep a watch on are the schools RTE compliant? Are the systems RTE compliant? Are the systems actually facilitating RTE? And then social audit was another issue which they felt that the NGOs can take up, because again it comes from the experience of the NGOs. These are some of the things which have already happened in AP, some of the policy decisions which have been taken. One, state rules have been notified, that is the GOMS 20. Orders have already been issued banning the screening tests and collection of capitation fee. Those instructions have already gone out. The SERT has been notified. The SERT is the body which is responsible for teacher training and for making sure that the teachers are qualified. And the steps have been taken for recruiting teachers to make sure that the student-teacher ratio of 1:30 is maintained. So these are some of the things. Thank you.